Live from Taft Field on the campus of Fairfield Ludlowe High School, it is the FCIAC playoffs. Not as you would imagine, but it is playoff time in boys soccer. Aiden Blank with you on the Falcon Sports Network. These are the semifinals in the East Division. Each of the three divisions in the FCIAC holding their own playoff tournament this year. So 6 teams qualify for the East Division. 7 teams qualify for the East Division tournament. The top seed, Fairfield Prep, got a bye. They are playing St. Joseph's, the 5th seed, in the other semifinal going on right now. The winners will meet next week for the FCIAC Championship. Once again, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Aiden Blank. The winner of this game on to the championship. That is the storyline. Ludlowe and Warde, they played twice this season. They tied in the first game of the season that was carried by us way back at the beginning of the season, at the beginning of October, and that was at this field. Then they played in the middle of the season a few weeks later over at Fairfield Warde, and the Falcons came away victorious with a 1-0 win. The Mustangs come in. They are 5-4-1 on the season with 16 points in the FCIAC. They are 1-4-1 on the road, though, and that is the telling statistic with this team. They do not play terribly well away from home, so it's a little bit of a tricky situation. They're not playing with statistics in their favor, but we don't play the game with statistics. Now, for the Falcons, if we're playing the game with statistics, they are playing with statistics in their favor. They're 7-1-2, 23 points. They are the number 2 seed. Fairfield Warde is the number 3. The Falcons are 5-0-1 at home. They've gotten a win in all but one game, and they have yet to lose a game here. They are 2-1-1 on the road, so if they do happen to play on the road, things may not look too great for them in that department, but they are playing at home, and if they win and St. Joseph's wins, they'll play the FCIAC Championship here. If they win and Fairfield Prep wins, we'll be at Rafferty Stadium on, I believe, Tuesday next week. We can confirm that throughout the broadcast, but ready to go. It is beautiful day for soccer. Mustangs and the Falcons, rivalry as old as time, it feels like, with these two teams. It truly does never get old. We are high atop Taft Field, and we appreciate you spending part of your Friday with us. If all goes according to plan, we are going to be back here for the play-in round of the FCIAC Girls Soccer Tournament in the East Division. That will feature Fairfield Ludlowe and Bridgeport Central. That'll be tomorrow, I believe, an 11 a.m. kick. And we do plan to be with you for that. And for those that are fans of private football, we will have the season finale for the Fairfield Falcons. They'll take on, I believe, they will be taking on the Fairfield Mustangs. It's either the Fairfield Mustangs or the Stanford Black Knights on Sunday afternoon. So a full slate of games at the high school level in Fairfield this weekend. But again, it is a pleasure to have you with us. Really looking forward to spending the next 80 minutes of soccer with you. We are just about ready for the opening kick of this semifinal matchup. Alrighty, Mustangs and Falcons for a trip to the FCIAC Championship. Johan Moon set to kick off this Friday afternoon showcase. Falcons are 7-1-2, 5-0-1 at home. The Mustangs 5-4-1, 1-4-1 on the road. They did not lose a home game this season. If they win, if St. Joe's wins, the winner of this game would host the FCIAC Championship. We are underway. Played off to the far side, and the semifinals of the East Division are underway in FCIAC boys soccer. Immediately a throw for Fairfield Warde. This shortened season coming to a conclusion for one of these two teams today. They will see their season end. There is no beyond this. There are no state playoffs, only FCIAC playoffs. The season will end today for one team and will continue to the final day for one more. If Fairfield Prep wins, they host the FCIAC Championship. If St. Joe's wins that second semifinal, then the winner of this game would get to host. Again, Ludlowe the 2 and Warde the 3. Falcons with an early possession, played in toward the box. Back out. Downfield. The Mustangs may get an early possession. They do not have numbers. Trying to win the race, but Loya wins it first. Micah Loya, his first pickup of the day, with 38:44 remaining in the half. We're back underway.
From the first game. Oh, he was checking their numbers. Gotcha.
Sent into the box. Played forward, loose, and a save made. Andrew Jones, the keeper, the senior, in what could be his final game in a Fairfield Warde uniform, making a big save to start this game. The starting keepers, Jones for the Mustangs. He is a senior. And Michael Loya is in goal, the junior for the Falcons. On the near side, pinballs off a few defenders. And a whistle is called with 37 minutes or so to go. Just warming things up on a Friday afternoon. Semi-final action. The winner is on to the championship. Loser sees their season end. For the first time ever, it will end in the FCIAC playoffs. We apologize for any technical difficulties, but we are back on the NFHS Network on the Falcons Sports Network. Semifinals of the FCIAC Boys Soccer Tournament in the East Region. Winner plays in the championship against either Fairfield Prep or St. Joe's. We could see, and it is likely we would see, an all-Fairfield championship. James Radman had it poked free, but it goes out off Fairfield Warde. And Sawyer Nessel comes to throw it in on the near side. Inside about 35 minutes to play in this opening half. A couple of 40-minute halves to be played today to decide who advances, and who knows, maybe we'll even have some overtime and penalties after this. Good takedown. Marlette played forward. Radman controls it on the far side near the 20-yard line. Backs up. Forward. And the Mustangs retain possession. A good takeaway. And they get it across midfield. Numbers in the Falcon favor. Put to Warde and cleared out by Connor. He comes in on defense and is able to clear, but the Mustangs retain possession. It is loose, but picked up by Loya. No trouble at all for the junior goaltender. As we mentioned, the Falcons undefeated at home at 5-0-1. The Mustangs have won only one game this season on the road. They did not lose. They did not tie a game at home this season. They were 4-0-0 at Tetra Davis Fields. We're approaching a half an hour of soccer to play, and there is no score. Just warming things up on a gorgeous afternoon for soccer. You don't usually get these in the month of November. Normally under these circumstances it'd be cold. You'd need jackets. Everybody would kind of be trying to stay warm, do their best to stay warm, but not today. It is a beautiful afternoon for soccer, and you don't usually get these early starts. Generally this team is playing underneath the lights, so couldn't have asked for better weather under these circumstances. Perfect way to close out what has been an odd season, to say the least. Each team only played 10 games this season in front of minimal attendance, basically parents only. They'll get at least some form of playoffs. Good takeaway. Allen Robinson. I beg your pardon, that's Callum Crawford, who's dancing over on the far side. Forward for Thomas. Malik gets an early touch with about 32 minutes remaining in the first half. Approaching a half an hour remaining in this first half. Controlled by Kevin Millington, the junior midfielder, but they're going to lose possession. It went out off the foot of Sawyer Nessel, so the Mustangs are going to get possession over right near the goal. They got a very good chance to poke one in early. This is a team that is yet to score a goal against the Falcons this season. In fact, in the 2 games these two teams have played, they've scored a combined 1 goal. They played to a scoreless tie in a game we were at earlier this season on the season opener at Taft Field, and then at Tetra Davis Field a few weeks later. Good save in net by Loya. A few weeks later, they played a tremendous game. The Falcons came out victorious, 1-0, and they currently hold the Swedish Cup. If the Mustangs can win, they would maintain possession of the cup until next year, because it does change, and it can change hands in the playoffs. We've seen it before. The Mustangs came into the season. They beat Fairfield Ludlowe in the FCIAC playoffs, the quarterfinals last year. They were the 1 seed, Fairfield Ludlowe the 8. The Mustangs won that game, and they maintained possession of the Swedish Cup all the way up until that loss earlier this season. Set forward, Loya's all over it. So inside a half an hour now to play. Good chance, but a sliding save, a pretty save by Andrew Jones. Ball was loose out in front. But the Falcons unable to catch up, and with about 29.5 minutes to play, we remain scoreless. .48:45 left in this first half. Scoreless in the semifinals of the FCIAC tournament. Mustangs will get a free kick. Right on that 50-yard line. The Falcons are coached by Kevin O'Hara. The Mustangs by Justin Otavio. Both of these coaches extremely proud of getting their teams ready for this season, a season that started almost 2 months late, or later than usual. And will end not the way they're used to, but will end potentially with a trip to a championship game. One of these teams will end their season in the championship, either with a win or with a loss. Thomas went down near the 40, and the Falcons are going to get a free kick. A picturesque November afternoon in southwestern Connecticut. Falcons on top. I beg your pardon, Falcons and Mustangs scoreless with inside a half an hour to play. Here's Zach Connor, had it bumped free, unable to win that battle, but it looks like the Falcons will maintain possession with 27:15 to go in the first half. Throw in coming, and it comes from Pat Connor, senior. Toward the net, loose. Toward the net still, and a save made by Jones. He had no idea where it was. There was a swarm of both blue and white near the goal, but he gets it on the hop. And we're now down to about 26.5 left in the first. Still no score. .26-minute mark. Falcons will get another possession. It's been back and forth so far, although Ludlowe has gotten much more possession time in the early going. A chase, Crawford with a slide. It's going to go out, but a great effort by senior Callum Crawford. Toward the net, Warde with a big opportunity, but it's going to go out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Michael Loya. Or rather, it's going to be taken by Connor. Past midfield. The Mustangs get possession back. No, it's sent back into the Falcon offensive zone. Radman to chase it down, but it's going to go out before he can get it. And Ryan Perez will throw it. The junior tossing it in. Round to the near side, Declan Kuhn hits it out, and Perez back to throw it again. Charging forward, Malik Thomas with a very good try to maintain offensive possession. Is it going to go out? No. Yes, it will. It looked like Eric Jara may have had it stopped, but no. We're inside 24 minutes remain and a number of subs. I count 4 coming in for the Falcons. Thomas, Moon, and Radman, and there was one other that I missed, all came off on that substitution. 4 in, 4 out for the Falcons with 23.5 to play. No score in the semifinals. It certainly doesn't feel like it because there is no student section and there's no real big crowd. But this is a big game for both of these teams. The winner gets a chance to play for a championship. The loser's season ends. And it has never been that the loser's season ends in the FCIAC tournament. That you usually get a state playoff game, but not today. Not this year. Good touch by Sean Rodriguez. They play it over on that far side. Sent forward, chasing it down into that far corner. It was kept in by Jonathan Morataya, but a flag goes up, and it should be Falcon possession. Or is it? No, it's going to be Warde possession. They're going to get a corner. This is a very big chance, a set piece. About midway through in this first half, a chance to take the lead, something they have not had against Fairfield Ludlowe since last season. Toward the net. Header. Oh, and it's off the top of the football goalpost. Just above the crossbar of the net. Loya had no play on it. If it had been a few inches lower, it was in, and it would have been 1-0 Mustangs, but it's just a little bit high, and in return, Pat Connor, who's been taking the goal kick so far, gets to kick it away once again. A collision, a nasty one near midfield, but back up to get it is Perez. Crawford takes possession away from the Mustangs, but gives it right back to him. It's back and forth. Tried to play it forward, but Robinson's pass was intercepted. Long ball chasing down the near side, and Connor clears it out, but gives the Mustangs a very good chance once again to put together a quality offensive possession. About 20 minutes to go in this first half, and we are scoreless. Forward and put toward the net, but it's not going to count as a shot on goal. It goes out, and Connor will get a chance to boot it away and maybe give the Falcons an offensive possession, which they haven't had in a while.
I think that's the running.
Both of these teams historically dominant in the FCIAC and have performed very, very well. They haven't done too well in this. They haven't made very deep runs on the state stage in a while, though the Mustangs made the state quarterfinals last year, but neither of these teams have really made any sort of dent in the state playoffs in recent memory, but they only get the FCIAC this year. Again, winner's going to play either Fairfield Prep or St. Joseph. They would host St. Joseph. They would play at Fairfield Prep. And it would be at Rafferty Stadium. Beautiful place to have a game, and we would certainly be happy to bring it to you if Ludlowe happens to be in it. That's going to go out, and it should be a Mustang goal kick. It will be with about 19 minutes remaining in the first half. Good try by Robinson. He's not going to get it. But Connor puts it right back into Ludlow's hands. Another clear by Perez. Loose on the near side. It went out off the foot of Kevin Millington. So it'll be thrown in by Nessel. In the air. Loya backing up in case they do make a play at it. They have a chance, but unable to catch up to it was Lucas Thompson. Possession will stay with the Falcons. They'll get a corner throw from their own corner, something that rarely happens. Near side. No one's been able to put together a really solid possession in a little bit. It's been a little bit sloppy these last few minutes. Back and forth and back and forth. Nobody's been able to get it out of that kind of neutral zone between the two 40s in quite some time. Chasing it down the side. They have a good chance. Stays with it. A shot and a save. Wow, what a great possession. The shot came in, and Jones was certainly not expecting it, but saved it nonetheless. 16.5 to play in the first. It is scoreless in this semifinal matchup. About 15 minutes left in the first, with no clear front runner in this game quite yet. Toward the net. Loya got to take care of it. Cleared out by Nessel. Inside 15 minutes to play. 14 and a half now to play in the first, and we are still scoreless. Boy, this has been a solid start for both of these teams so far. Nobody's been able to get any sort of clear lead early in this game. Good chance near the net. But the whistle called before anybody could do anything. Morataya had a good look on it. Could have put a serious shot on net. But instead, Connor takes the free kick. Substitutions. 3 more for the Falcons, and it brings back on Radman and Johan Moon. They definitely have a deep bench. That's something we've learned from watching a few of these Falcon games this season. They have a very, very deep bench, and they're going to use it. And that'll come in handy. Has come in handy already. They could come in handy if they're playing, if they end up winning this game and do play the top seed Fairfield Prep, a team that they did beat in the regular season. It was Fairfield Prep's only defeat. But of course, they do have to win today in order to get to that championship, as does Fairfield Warde.
Go get it!
Aggressive play by the Mustangs, but nothing comes of that possession, and another whistle will send things back the Falcons' way. Inside 12 minutes left in this first half. A perfect day. The lights have come on a little early, but they've come on here at Taft Fields. Good play on that far side. Spins in front. Loose in the box. No whistle. It's going to go out. It should be a Falcon possession. And it looks to be.
All right, guys, let's go. Come on, Warde.
In. Back out. Connor. Cleared away by Devin Greiner. Or Grenier. Rolls out on the far sideline. 10:23 left in the first. Goes wide and into the box, played by Michael Loya. He's done a good job at net so far tonight. Played forward, Radman. They're going to try to set it up inside. 10 minutes left. And a big offensive possession toward the net. A little wide, headed away, kicked out. And it's going to get cleared. That would have been a very damaging goal if they could get one right at the tail end of the first half. Both of these teams will try to tack one on and get that advantage going into halftime. And then in the second half, it was basically just keep that lead and ice the game. (9-10) and counting to play in this first half. No score. Right back out. We're back where we started. Connor to throw in. 8:55 left. Long running throw. He can do a long running kick, a long running throw. He's a lot of power that he possesses. He'll go out. Timothy Marolette. First time we've called his name today. Long throw to the far side. Radman. They missed it. Now he's trapped, and it's going to go out. Falcons should retain possession to get an opportunity once again to put one in before the half, and that would certainly be detrimental if either team could put one in before the end of the half and get the lead going into halftime. That would be huge because, again, then you can just play defense in the second half. Maybe one more goal, and it's all written in the stars. Long throw coming from Connor. Skips forward, and it's saved. Oh, what a save! Andrew Jones just barely got the tip of his finger on it, and he saves what could have been a late first half goal for Fairfield Ludlowe. But they get another chance at it. On the set piece. Toward the net. Loose. And another one just wide. Just high, that is. They're going to say Jones touched it again. So this will be the second consecutive set piece for the Falcons. They're going to clear it. Falcons had their largest offensive opportunity just there. Lights have come on at Taft Field. It feels like the big game, minus the crowd. Under normal circumstances, you'd have a packed house. Both student sections would be out in force. But not tonight. Not this year. Radman had some space for a long shot, but they try to play for something a little bit better. There's one that heads toward the net and a little wide. High and wide, it goes out. Approaching 6 minutes left in this first half. 0-0, no one able to break that scoreless draw. In the air. Marolette thought he could clear it. He didn't. It's played up front, chased down into that corner. It's going to roll out. And possession looks to be to the Mustangs. It is. So just a few moments after the Falcons had a big opportunity, Lucas Thompson will go set up to try and put the Mustangs on the board. See if they try to play it short with about 5:10 to play in this first half. It's the junior, Lucas Thompson, to try and break the scoreless deadlock late in the first half. Toward the net. Up and with a save is Loya. He hasn't had a ton of those that he's had to make today, but that was certainly not the easiest save. And he's able to make it. That went out. It's going to be a Falcon ball. Nessel throwing at 4.5 to play in the first. Scoreless in the semifinals of the East Division. Loser sees their season come to an unfortunate end. That's going to go out. Falcons come in on a 3-game unbeaten streak. They are 2-0-1 in their last 3. A win over Fairfield Prep, 1-0. Fairfield Prep's only lost this season. A tie 2-2 at St. Joe's, and then a win 4-0 over Bridgeport Central in the quarterfinals. Now we're played back on Wednesday. Big opportunity for the Mustangs. They're going to get to set up a possession. No, it's cleared by Connor. And that was huge. They were able to clear it with inside 4 minutes to play. The anticipation for that goal, it feels like whoever can strike first is going to have a significant advantage for the remainder of the game. Rulo. Radman. Into the corner. Bumped off the ball, but staying on it is Johan Moon. Rulo lost control. Moon trying to get it back. Crawford. Into the corner. Across. Head. Still loose. And it's back out. They had a chance. Connor was charging toward it. Might have even tried a shot, but it's going to go out. On that far side, there was a whistle first, though, that may supersede that. With inside 3 minutes to go on a gorgeous Friday night from Taft Field. This is high-paced, high-energy, high-octane November soccer, exactly what you would expect for an FCIAC playoff matchup. We're inside 3 minutes to play in the first. Sails toward the net, back out. Zach Connor put a head on it. Has a chance to set up an offensive possession. He's got a lot of space. They can slow things down. 2.5 to play. Radman, it's going to get poked out. They're going to get a set piece. Good effort by the defender, Ryan Perez. He was able to poke it free, but it's going to go out, and it's going to potentially cost them a goal. We will see how the Falcons play this set piece. This could be the last real offensive opportunity either team gets here in the first half. Inside 2 minutes to play. We are scoreless. First half of a semifinal matchup. Toward the net, past the hands of Jones, and back out. Mustangs just trying to clear it. That one is off the crossbar of the football goalpost. Second time we've seen that come into play today, and the Mustangs had a chance about 15 minutes ago that went off the top of the crossbar instead of the football, beg your pardon, on top of the goalpost instead of the soccer crossbar. Minute 18 left, so we're approaching a minute remaining in this first half. Falcons got to move down to 60 seconds as Nessel runs to get it back.
Go, Brian.
35 seconds left. Thrown in. That's going to go out. That's going to be a Falcon throw with 15 seconds to go. Connor charging down to 10. Last offensive chance of the first half. And it's going to come up empty. So we go through 40 minutes and we are scoreless. The Mustangs and the Falcons 0-0 And the next 40 minutes will likely be decisive. Scoreless at halftime, and we will take a short break, rejoin you for half number 2. It is the FCIAC Boys Soccer Semifinals in the East Division on the Falcon Sports Network. Thrown in. That's going to go. Back from Fairfield Ludlowe High School. Semifinals of the FCIAC Boys Soccer Tournament in the East Division. We are scoreless through 40 minutes. 40 more minutes will likely decide the outcome. Overtime and penalties if needed, because this is, unlike the first game of the season where they did tie 0-0, this is a winner-take-all game. You have to have a winner. You cannot have a tie, so we will play overtime and then potentially penalties if it comes to it. The difference here, though, from the beginning of the season is it's a lot cleaner soccer. The first game of the season, everybody was kind of all over the place. It was sloppy soccer in the first half, and then nobody could get any offensive possessions, and this has been a lot different. We saw a very good amount of offense, a lot of good shots put up in the first half, and now we're set to go in the second. Falcons are back out on the pitch. Mustangs to join them shortly. I'm Aiden Blank. It is a pleasure to have you with us in what should be an entertaining second half. We talked about the Falcons' last 3 games. The Mustangs on a 3-game win streak themselves. We could talk about that, but the second half about to get underway. We are underway. Falcons and Mustangs, bitter rivals for a trip to the FCIAC Divisional Championship game, which in this case, it's going to have to be good enough because you're not getting a normal conference-wide championship. The lights have come on. This entire field now underneath shadow. There was a lot of warmth from the sun to begin the game. It's a little bit chillier, but still very temperate conditions. Perez thought about chasing, but it was clear before he could get there. Mustangs start with possession in their offensive zone. I beg your pardon, that's the Falcon offensive zone because they did switch at halftime. Perez with a clear. Marillette wins it from Morataya, but the Mustangs keep it. From Grenier to the near side and sent in from Connor Shea, but it's picked up by Loya. About 4 or 5 saves for him today. He's done a terrific job in net. O'Hara absolutely got to be proud of him for that performance. And on the other end, you could call that a save. I will. It's Andrew Jones to scoop it up for the Mustangs. .38-15 left in the half. Inside 38 minutes to play in the second half. Both of these teams looking to get a goal early in this half to potentially go on the defense for the rest of it.
Nice, Lucas. Come on. You got it, Sean. You got it.
36 minutes, or at least approaching 36 minutes remaining in this half. The lights are on. The crowd is certainly active and happy to be at Taft Field for a semifinal matchup. And now about 36 minutes to play, with the score still scoreless. Quiet start to this second half. .35-minute mark here in the second half. Scoreless in the semifinal. Winner to play either Fairfield Prep or St. Joe's. I'll try and get you a score on that. And we have lots to talk about in this second half that is not necessarily soccer related, because there was the news yesterday that broke that Governor Ned Lamont here in Connecticut decided that we are going to move back the winter sports season. We move back into phase 2 of reopening. The CIAC moved back the start of winter sports. Believe we're starting on November 27th now. It was supposed to be a shortened winter season. They're going to get their playoffs. Then a shortened high school 11-on-11 football season, which as of now is still happening. And then a shortened spring season to close out the year. But I believe that basketball and hockey and almost every winter sport is going to have to wear a mask, and that's going to be an interesting challenge. We'll have to have some coverage. We'll do some stories on that and all the good stuff. We have almost a month once the fall sports season ends before the winter sports begin, and that should be very interesting. A nice storyline to cover. Here's Radman. He's always a good storyline to cover. Beautiful move. Trying to buy the Falcons some time to catch up offensively. Played forward by Malik Thomas. And on that other side, the shot opportunity goes away. 33-30 left in the second half. .32-33 remaining in the second half. Almost a half an hour left of this ball game, potentially, unless we go to overtime and beyond. Forward and toward the box, but it's going to get picked up by Jones. And he's going to roll it back out to clearance up the near side. They come out of the tangle, which was won by Thomas. Back the other way. Marillette got a foot on it. Mustangs have not had a ton of offensive opportunities to begin this half. They get one here, though. Crossed and out. Boy, was that close. It went off the foot of Lucas Thompson. If he had redirected that, it could have been trouble. But he didn't, and it wasn't. They keep it in bounds on that far side. Rolled up and back, and he's down, and it goes out. Near midfield, it will remain Mustang possession. Evan DeFonse to throw it in. Forward, played up, Marillette, and it went just by his legs. Is it going to stay with the Falcons? It is not. Pat Connors coming up to throw it in, and Fairfield Ludlowe has another good opportunity to score. We're approaching midway through this second half. Into the box. That out. But they might have a chance to put it back in. Still loose. Chased down by Crawford. Pretty pass. It's going to go out. No penalty. But it's going to remain with the Mustangs. They're going to call it Mustang ball and Andrew Jones to kick. Fired away by Jones. Bounces high. Marillette wins it. Kuhn. Radman settles it. Played up and kicked out. 29:05 left in the half. Crawford to kick from just beyond the 30. Headed toward the net. A nice save by Jones. He comes in and catches. Helping up James Radman. Good teamwork by Jones. 28:34 left in the second half. Falcon ball. They've had the offensive opportunities. Now they just need the ball to find the net. That's all that's left. Potentially in a Falcon victory, but the Mustangs have basically the same thing. They've had their offensive opportunities. All that matters is that they find the net. Good save by Loya. Comes out of the net and prevents that from being disastrous. That's out. Uh-oh. Long booming kick, and it goes out high above the net. Uh-oh, look out. Mustang possession incoming. And a save on a line drive shot. Boy, he's had some hard kicked balls headed his way, but Mike Aloya able to save every single one of them. And a credit to him for the good work he's done in net tonight. Second half almost midway through, and we're scoreless. Radman. Oh, pretty clear by Moon. It is still loose. Moon toward the net. They're going to get a chance to clear. And they do, headed toward the Falcon bench. Falcons get the ball back, though, and they're going to get another offensive opportunity. The Mustangs have not had as nearly as many offensive chances in this half as the Falcons. Throw by Cotter. He likes to give it the good old run-up. A long throw.
Go for it, go for it. Come on, pressure.
Trying to get one through. Radman, loose, score! And that may be the decisive factor. 25 minutes left. And a 1-0 lead for the Falcons. It was Declan Kuhn, and it's 1-0.
Come on, boys, bring it back. Yeah.
Inside 25 minutes left. A 1-0 lead for the Falcons. It's been a great game played on both ends. And a decisive strike from Declan Kuhn. Now the Mustangs trying to counter. It's going to go out, and Loya's going to get a goal kick. Or wait a minute, this is going to turn into a set piece.
Come on, boys, let's go.
So just less than a minute after the Falcons get the first goal of the day, the Mustangs have an opportunity to take that lead away and tie this thing up. Ball is going to be put in toward the net, a long one. It's out. Crawford chasing it down. A beautiful run by him. Falcons are 3-on-3. Numbers are even, but increasingly going in Warde's favor. And that's why Crawford's going to try and slow it down a little bit into that corner. Who'd it go off of? It went off Crawford. But a good try by him. One more goal, and this thing may as well be over because neither side has been able to get a ton of offense going, let alone 2 goals worth. That's going to be a penalty. Crawford a little bit rough coming up from behind. Ludlowe and Warde. FCIAC Semifinals in the East Division. Winner to play either Prep or St. Joe's in the championship game. St. Joe's pulling off a victory over Trumbull, a upset over Trumbull in the first round. Mustangs came here with a win over Bassick. The Falcons a victory over Bridgeport Central, 4-0. They have yet to let up a goal in these playoffs. .22:10 left in the half. The Mustangs need to get some offense, and they need to do it now. That's out at 21-20 left in the second half. That's going to the Falcons. It went out. There was a little discrepancy over whose ball it is. Almost 20 minutes left. Trying to get a Fairfield prep score to see if the Falcons are hosting or if they are on their way to Fairfield U, which is the most likely outcome considering they're the only team that's beaten Fairfield prep this season. Approaching 20 minutes left in this game, unless the Mustangs can put on a comeback. Falcons have played tremendous soccer tonight, and they're going to get to bask in the glory for basically a weekend. They'll likely be back to work tomorrow to prepare for the FCIAC Championship if they can hold off the Mustang onslaught and finish off Warde tonight. $19.50 left in the second half. Here's a very good looking chance for the Mustangs. Driving in, played off to the side. And again, that cross a little too long off of Kevin Millington's foot. Good moves by Morataya and a beautiful pass and a beautiful cross by Millington, but it was just off. So 18:50 left in the half. Around the midfield mark.
You got it, Johnny. Come on. Stay with it, Johnny. Nice, Ryan. Come on, Devin.
18.5. Substitutions. Going to get it clear.
Come on, Noah. You did. Go, Devin. Go, Devin.
17:57 left in the half. The Mustangs trying to get an equalizer. The Falcons just trying to hold them off and advance into the championship with a couple of wins. Mustangs are going for their 4th straight win. The Falcons for their 3rd in 4 games. And that does include both of these teams' opening round victories. The Mustangs over Warren Harding and the Falcons over Bridgeport Central. Played short by Jones.
Nice corner, come on.
Mustangs setting up an offensive possession. This could be dangerous, and the fans know this might be their best chance to tie it. 16:25 left in the half. And potentially left in the game. Off, rolling to the far side. They keep it in bounds. And that's going to go out. 15:57 left in the half. No score yet reported between Prep and Warren Harding. I beg your pardon, St. Joe's. 15:30 left into the box. Could have been a problem, but Loy's going to get bailed out by the whistle. Inside 15 minutes, potentially remaining in one team's season. Set toward the net, Loya has it. That was a tough shot. It was worth a chance. At this point, you're down a goal, season on the line. It's not quite desperation time, but it's getting close. Tough collision near midfield. The clock's going to get stopped. .32 remaining. Head coach Kevin O'Hara is out to tend to his injured player. The Falcons are 13 and a half minutes away from a trip to the championship. We may need to step aside here. We'll see how long this goes out. And we will step aside. 1-0 Fairfield Ludlowe. It's the FCIAC East Division Semifinals right here on the Falcon Sports Network. Alrighty, we're back from Taft Field, an injured Falcon, but they amended to him, and he is off the field. 13:32 remaining in the second half. The Mustangs scoreless so far. They have not scored a goal all year against the Falcons, who will lead it 1-0. .27 left. We're inside 13.5 to play. Falcons just trying to get maybe one more goal and fend off this Mustang onslaught that you know is coming in the final 10 minutes or so of this game. Falcons at a set piece. Oh, it was close. Jones out in front. It's still loose. Oh, that was dangerous. And the Mustangs certainly cannot afford to let up another goal this late in the game. Inside 12 minutes now. The Falcons can taste the victory, but they got to earn it. And so far, they have a really solid game on both ends tonight. We've been treated to a real dandy. Approaching 11 minutes left. Falcons trying for one more goal. That would really be the nail in the coffin.
You got it, you got it. Nice, Eric. Nice, Eric.
Moon, far side. Mustangs have yet to clear this possession, and it is a big one, approaching the final 10 minutes of play.
Come on, go for it.
Another big save by Jones, and now we get to the 10-minute mark. This may be desperation time for the Mustangs, trying to get one more across before this
Set it up, Ryan.
game and season comes to an end.
Perfect. Oh.
That's going to skip wide. It's going to eat up some clock. The Falcons may try to eat up some clock here, just some long, drawn-out possessions, and that's what they should do. The Mustangs are going to try to go for a more fast pace. The Falcons the exact opposite, leading by a goal, looking for their second 1-0 victory over Warde this season. Rabbit's got a chance to make it 2-0, and he does! James Radman, the nail in the coffin. 9 minutes remain, and it's 2-0 in the semifinals. And boy, what a sweet moment for the Falcons. If they can finish them off in the next 9 minutes, they will have their second victory over Warde this season. And they're going to play a prep team who they beat earlier in the season. Likely in the championship. We don't want to make assumptions. But it is 2-0. Two goals in the second half for Fairfield Ludlowe. And they are about 8.5 minutes, less than 8.5 minutes, from defeating their crosstown rivals in what would be a very sweet victory. Inside 8 minutes to play in the second half. It is a 2-goal lead for the Falcons. Into the corner. Cleared away. Championship game will be next week. We'll get a date for you when we can. $7:10 to go. I believe that prep game starts later. Yeah, it is just started. They have not even started. They're going to start about a half an hour. They're going to start about 5:30. Across town, they'll take on the Cadets. And the winner of that game, if it's Fairfield Prep, they will host likely Fairfield Ludlowe now. If it's St. Joe's, we'll play a championship game here. Crawford almost had it, had it taken away. Mustangs need to go quick. Down by 2. Not impossible, but improbable at this point. Flag goes up. Inside 6 minutes remaining in this game, and the clock is running out on the Mustangs season. Falcons, the entire season, lead them 3-0. They beat them 1-0 a few weeks ago. Two to nothing, and the clock inside 5.5 minutes. It is a pretty sweet day for Fairfield Ludlowe. It didn't start that way. The first half was back and forth. We didn't know who was going to win at the end of the half, and they get 2 goals here in the second, and that basically puts it away. A very good day for the Falcons. Five-minute mark. Chasing it down the far side. It is kept in. Radman had space, but it's going to get cleared out. Wait a second, though. Oh, a tough hit from behind. Malik Thomas took a tumble, but he's going to get back up. 4.5 to play, second half. .412 remaining, and this is coming down to the wire. With about 4 minutes left, it looks like the Falcons are headed to the FCIAC Championship. A quarterfinal out last year, but they go to regions, and now they're headed to the finals. Good for them. Tried to clear it out. Now Radman has a good chance to block it. It goes right to Marillette, back around, kind of pinballs between both ends of the field. Three and a half to play. Inside 3.5 to play. Ooh, a shot that could have been disastrous, blocked by Connor. Not that it would have mattered. Down 2-0, down to 3 minutes left. It's going to go out. Mustangs have to move. Time winding down in their season. Thomas Driscoll, first time we've called his name today, throwing it in. 2:45 left. Controlled by Perez. Far side. Good chance. A lot of physical play, and you're going to get that for the Mustangs these final few minutes, trailing by 2. Forward, chance to clear it. Kuhn cleared it temporarily, but they're going to get another chance at a possession. Crossed. Good save. Loya comes out and pokes it free. 2:08 to play. And the Falcons leading by 2 in the FCIAC semifinals. They stopped the clock with 2:01 left. Some kind of discussion between the referees and both coaches. They needed a ball. A minute 50 left. Time winding down. Mustangs need 2 goals. Radman. Thomas. Thomas again. Ooh, good footwork. There you go. Solid work into the corner. He's put down. Is it going to stay with Ludlowe? Yes, it will. And they could just run out the clock here with about a minute 5 remaining in this game. What a second half performance by the Falcons. You could really tell the difference. Mustangs kind of ran out of energy in this second half, unfortunately. 48 seconds. We're inside 50 to play. The clock winding down on the Mustangs season. And this is going to be a very sweet victory for both Kevin O'Hara and his Falcons. A wonderful group of seniors denied a chance to play a full senior season, but going to get to play in a championship nonetheless. 22 minutes. 22 seconds, that is. Now down to 15. Connor's going to get a chance to set it up. Kick it away. And a solid second half performance propels the Falcons to victory. And they're headed to the championship of the FCIAC East Division soccer tournament. 2-0 your final. And Ludlowe comes out victorious. What a solid night for this team. The Falcons coming over to greet the parents, and they will play in front of those same parents for a championship. If Fairfield Prep wins, it'll be at Rafferty Stadium. If St. Joe's wins, it'll be right here next week. I believe it's on Tuesday night. And we will see you then for the championship of the FCIAC East Division soccer tournament. Your final in the semis, Fairfield Ludlowe 2, Fairfield Warde 0. We'll see you for the championship. We may see you tomorrow for the girls as well. But from Taft Field, the Falcons win it 2-0. Good night.